Good morning, everyone. What's up? It's Juggalo here, just having the morning coffee, cigarette, and all that fun stuff. I did a lot of stuff over the weekend, or I should say during the week. It took me a period of 2 days of getting everything up and running to the point where we can actually start completing the build. A lot of people are saying, well, are you going to sleeve your wires? Yes, but what I want to do is get this thing up and running. I do have a computer goodie that I will be doing a surprise unveiling hopefully sometime next week. There's been a delay in this product, and I ordered this product slash pre-ordered it since September 24th. They did have expedited shipping, so hopefully I can get this in a timely manner and have everything hooked up. I think you guys are really going to like it. I will produce videos and everything like that if you want to do a kind of like a review and everything like that of the product. It is a high-end product. It's fairly expensive, but I'm not going to tell you guys until I actually get it do the unveiling. What I did to the computer, what I had to do, basically one of my pumps died. So went to coolertech.com and I got their XSPC Lang pumps. It's essentially an MCP35X pump, but it's like 20 bucks cheaper. From what I looked at, the specs are pretty much exactly the same. You can use XSPC pump top. It won't void your warranty if you use it and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. Also, they don't have void if removed warranty sticker like they did on the SwiftTech pump. So I just got two brand new pumps. Haven't even used them. I've transferred the pump tops over and the reses already onto the new pumps and everything like that. I extended the fan wires for my build, and there were, now I have 15 fans. Yeah, 15 fans, 2 soldering points on each fan wire, and some of them had 3 excuse me, some had 3 wires and some had 2 wires, so you can do the math. That was a lot of soldering involved. I got more fans, believe it or not, on the EX560 radiator. I didn't get any more for the RX 480 radiator because the fans that I'm using on those radiators, the RX 360 and the RX 480, the RPMs for those fans are more than enough for that radiator. If not, you could say it's overkill. The maximum RPM that you need really for these kind of radiators is roughly around 1650 RPM, and you should be getting good temperatures. That's roughly to the point where the radiator starts losing its ability to use the fan that's on it efficiently. I got the 2150 RPM fans because A, the gentle typhoon, static pressure, and the low noise. All those combined with the 2150 RPM already is pretty freaking awesome. It does move quite a bit of air and everything like that. Also, from Cooler Tech, I got 3 or 4 male Molex connections to fix Lambtron's mess up that they did when I bought the product. As you guys know, I said, look at here, this fan wire, you know, is a little loose, and it popped right out. The connector came out and everything like that. So I went and fixed that problem, put new connectors on it instead of black, what is it, a white or slash clear plastic. I consider it a clear plastic. I put black connectors on it. And then at Micro Center, I went over and bought basically a Y fan splitter, thinking it was going to be okay. And I also noticed that if my volume and my, I guess, lip syncing and the words are coming out of my mouth are off, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing it. But anyways, I ended up taking that fan wire, taking the metal Molex connections inside the fan header itself. It's a plastic fan header. Removing those, cutting those fan wires off, getting some new male Molex metal connections from Cooler Tech, and then from there I crimped on the new wires and everything, and it worked. Before, it didn't work at all. So now everything is working. It took me probably maybe 3 minutes to do all the wiring, because what you do is I had to depin it. Then after I depinned the connection, I cut off the metal pin, and then I took the wires and I spliced them properly, twisted them together, put that fan connection on there, crimped it in, put it in the fan header, hooked it up to my wall Molex connector. It's kind of an adapter for a 4-pin if you wanted. It's great for if you have pumps or anything like that you still want to use the 4-pin Molex. Personally, I don't want to use it. I'm probably going to use a terminal block. I actually got 5 of them for $7 off of Amazon.com, which is pretty awesome. So it's basically 4 connections on the terminal block itself. So I'll be able to run my pumps and some LEDs just on that terminal block using a 12-volt source. However, if you want to use a 5-volt source, which you can on the Molex connector, you notice there's a yellow wire, 2 black wires, and then 1 red wire. That yellow wire that you see is a 12-volt. The red wire is a 5-volt. So depending on what you want to use, you can either have a terminal block do just 5 volts or just 12 volts. It just depends on what you want to use it for. Predominantly, most LED strips already have a resistor implemented into the design of that connection, so you can just use a 12-volt source and the resistor will do what it's supposed to. However, if you're soldering wires or making your own like LED strip, you want to probably use that 5-volt connection instead, or you can get, again, a resistor, which you can use a 12-volt source as long as you have a resistor onto the LEDs itself. I got 4 white pre-wired LEDs that are going to be going onto the RAM water blocks, so you're going to have a nice white ambiance, I guess, in my case. Also, I'll show you in front of the case where I have my fans. I might get a I might get a red or white LED strip, thin LED strip, and put it around the fans so they're like pointing at them. So I think it would be pretty cool, but I don't know if it's going to work into my idea of how I want it to be. So we'll see. We'll see on that stuff. I'll probably get the LEDs through Osnium.com. They're located here in Colorado. They ship pretty fast. I got my LEDs within 2 days of me purchasing the order on Saturday. So I got them on Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's pretty darn fast. They're a great company to work with. They're always willing to answer your questions and everything like that. And that's essentially what I've been using the whole time once I found out about Osnium.com. That was here located in Colorado. That's the only kind of LEDs I use, is because the shipping is really fast and the products work really, really well. I have my fan controller buttoned up. I have all 15 fans connected to my fan controller. I might get another fan, making a total of 16 fans connected to my fan controller. It's 30 watts per channel, and it's a Lamptron FC8 if you guys are interested in that product. It works pretty well. Also, you can change the LED colors on the fan controller itself if you would like. I think it does red, green. It does like almost like a light blue color, but right now I have it as a red color because it kind of contrasts between black and everything like that, so it looks pretty cool. I got the screws that I needed for all my radiators. I got 60 screws yesterday, excuse me. There were 38, or I should say 48 screws of 1 1/4, 6/32. That's your standard screw size that you want to use for just a fan going onto the radiator. The RX or the EX standard radiators now, they changed their lengths. Instead of 1.5 inches, they're doing 1 1/4 now. Okay, guys. For the MNPC Tech Overkill radiator fan grills, I actually had to go 1.5 inches. I had to get 8 of those screws. And now for the other MN Tech Sniper Overkill radiator grill, what I had to do is I got 2-inch screws to connect to the radiator. And the reason being is because you have a grill here, a grill here. Well, the center one wouldn't go in at all because of how the metal is cut. It doesn't give a flush mount, so it's actually overlapping those two a smidge. So I did all 60 screws yesterday, which was a pain in the butt, but it's definitely worth it because it's all black now. I have all black screws. I don't have any, stainless steel. I went to A&A Hardware here in Colorado, which is a affiliate of Ace Hardware. They had every screw size I needed. So I was very happy about that. I went to one Ace Hardware store and the guy's like, "Hey, look, we don't have these screw sizes. Go here and they should have the screw sizes you want." And I said to him pretty much, "Look, I drove 20 minutes here and then I'm going to have to drive 20 minutes there. Are you sure they're going to have my screw size? Because I don't want to waste my time." He's like, "I'm positive." Guy there at A&A Hardware was very helpful. He counted all the screws himself for me. Like, he didn't have me do anything. I was going to go out and he's like, "Oh, here." Immediately starts counting the screws for me when I thought I was going to do that and had no problem in doing that. So the grills look pretty badass. I kind of want to have like I said before, a red or white LED going around it and kind of shining on the fans, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get that effect that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the fan wires and what I did, why I did it, and I'll show you with all 15 fans powered on full blast. This is probably going to be a lengthy video, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So that's pretty much the introduction. How do you like that? 12 minutes. Alright. 1 second, guys. Alright, we're moving on. And if you're going to say, "Oh, your room's a wreck," I already know my room's a wreck. I already know I have crap everywhere. It's what happens when you're working on something. Shout out goes to Cyber Druid, the mod god. I have been watching your videos with the badass RC designs and everything like that. So, alright, let me see what else, like what kind of goodies I got. Alright, I got these guys right here. These are essentially 4-pin to another 4-pin splitter. The reason why I got these is because you need 4 or 3 connections on this fan controller to quote-unquote operate correctly, as they say, and pretty much they won't grant your warranty if you're not using all 3 connections because of the design of the fan controller and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and check out the build. I probably spent good 10 hours or more this week alone, but here are the connections I did right here. They're black and we got some glare going on, so let me see if I can shut this and then close them, and then I'll turn on the light manually. Get my own lighting in here, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Alright, and there's another light right here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So this right here is a connection going all the way to my wall. Let me go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see. It's made by OK Gear, and it is, like I said, an adapter that you can get that plugs into the wall that goes into a 4-pin Molex, so you can test your pumps, LEDs, and anything like that that you want to do before installing. So I have this hooked up to the fan controller here. From that fan controller I have Y fan splitter, so it's pretty much, except for one, unless I get a fan from my motherboard, a motherboard tray I should say, there's 2 fans on each channel. There's 8 channels, 30 watts on the FC8. General Typhoon 2150 RPM fans, custom painted black by me. I did paint this. This wasn't, you know, some random guy. I personally did this. I did all the painting here. I did all the fan extensions. I did everything on this build. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and then I'll show you the front. Okay. I'm not sure if they're going to kick on if I have them all. Alright, yes, it is on. This is half speed. Now this is pretty much going to be the way I want it for the most time, or majority of the time, unless I am doing some kind of benching. So let me go ahead and move the computer right here. So you have the LEDs that are red, and to use the LED deal, what you do is you have this one changes the channel here, and this one actually enables you to change the LED. So if you hold this button for 5 or 10 seconds, I forgot. Let me see. I think it's this one. Okay, there we go. See, and then from there, it changes the selection of what LED, and then you go here, and it has blue, green, kind of a light blue, a dark blue, and then green, and then I want red. That's what I want. So that's what you do. It's pretty easy. Okay, now I'm gonna do a full blast deal, but before I get to that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I was talking about right here with the fan grill. So I have a flame on either side. They're in opposite directions, and then I have a sniper fan grill right here that is going against this one and this one. So this is why I needed a 2-inch fan grill or 2-inch screw, so it can go here past the fan and then screw into the radiator itself. Now I think, okay, this is going to be right left of the top radiator, and then this right here should be this section. So let me go ahead and, yep. So there we go. This is full blast for these fans right here. Now you can hear that little humming noise. They're fairly loud, but I'm going to go back to normal, half speed. And then I'm going to go switch over here. It's kind of convenient having a rolling chair. Okay, move it up, and then I'm going to move these right here to full speed. So it should be the first two. So these two are now full speed. These are half speed, as you can kind of tell if you can't. And then go to the second knob. That's full speed on this side right here. So each fan item or fan controller that's hooked up is 2 per channel, 8 channels again, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. I'm going to turn the fronts off too. Okay, so alright, next we're going to have the bottom ones. Let me see if I could scroll it down without shutting my laptop completely. But these are the Cougar fans. Everybody's like, well, what about this? This is rubber right here, so I'm going to have to get, everybody's like, use a Sharpie. I don't use Sharpies. I might, ooh, shit, that hurt. Don't do that. There's a comedy for you for right now. What is it? I'm thinking about getting Plasti Dip and kind of just spraying lightly over this plastic right here, since it is a vinyl adhesive essentially. And now I'm going to go ahead and crank these up full blast. So just give me a second. I have to actually physically look at my fan controller now. Okay. So should be these two ramping up the full speed. That's it for the Cougar fans. These are pretty damn quiet. Okay, and then these two fans right here, I'm going to go ahead and crank up. Alright, now for the back, I'm going to show you guys the back in a minute, but I'm going to crank the bottom fans that are behind the radiator full blast. Okay, these are full. These are pretty much as fast as they can go. I'm not sure the RPM range, but if you put your hand here, it's moving some air, especially behind here. And then I need to find like a piece of loose leaf paper, but you can tell it's definitely moving air. Alright, now let's go behind where all the wires are in the back of my computer. Again, I might sleeve these eventually. I do have sleeving, but right now the goal of the game is get this computer up and running so I actually can use it. I haven't used it since April 11th, basically. Alright, now here are the terminal blocks I got. Right here. I got these guys right here. And let me see if I can show you what I'm going to do. Well, that was a failure. I don't feel like spending 10 minutes looking for something. I'm sure I'll find it eventually. But, see, do this. Okay. Now, how you use these terminal blocks, $7 is what I spent on this for a pack of 5. Overnight shipping was $4 because I'm an Amazon Prime member. So, basically, let me see here. Essentially what you do, now imagine that this is a, the wires are all cut up and you're going to feed it into somewhere. All you would do is take your yellow and black wire like this on one screw, and then the other screw you would move over and have a black wire there, and then you would jump them one more over. That's all you have to do to create a terminal block. Fairly easy, definitely a cleaner setup. Fan wires, all right here. I drilled a hole. There we go. Here's like the rat's nest, but there's a reason for the rat's nest right now. So I'm going to go ahead and shove these wires through here. Then I'll move this one through here. Okay. The reason why the wires are so damn long is because if you look at the bottom, right here, I'm going to have these wires right here going along the bottom and then coming straight right underneath this tubing and then going from here left and then going up. And then for the fans that are in the front, I'm going to have all their wires go right towards the very front right here, curve along here, go up, and then shoot up all along here to here. So that's why the fan wires are so freaking long. And then once I actually get them zip tied, it's not going to look that bad. So it's definitely if you see that, like how they're just balling out, but once I get zip ties and do it like that, it's perfectamundo. The same thing kind of applies to the radiator in the front. I want to have the fan wires basically going along the radiator underneath it and then shooting up here. So, pretty much a great build. Alright, we are going on 30 minutes right now, and I do appreciate you guys who are watching this video right now and enduring the lengthy video. So right now I'm going to crank all the fans up. Okay, and then not sure if you can see it, but let me find a loose leaf piece of paper. Okay, this right here is just, this is just going to be the top, so I'll show you how much. See that? That's really, really good. So I'm not going to have any problems. Like, I'm trying to force it down, but yeah, it's pretty good. So I could probably put it there, and of course, if it was big enough, it would stick right here. Okay, now for the bottom fans, let me see if I might be able to do the same kind of deal. I'm holding it flush, and it's pushing the paper straight out, and then if I hold it right here, you can kind of see. So that is what's going on. I'm going to have Kid Vapor from the Overclock.net forums come over here. It would be cool if other members from different forums that are from Colorado would want to come over and chill out and talk computers and while I'm working on mine, but we're still seeing about that. But thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate the support. And as always, comment, subscribe, click that like button, rate this video, and you guys have a great day now. Alright? Bye.